Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for my rational perspective on Liverpool 5, Chelsea 3. Chelsea's Champions League fate will go to the final day at home to Wolves. I think in complexion, there isn't a lot about that game, at least for me, big things to learn from that game that we don't already know, especially in the big weaknesses of Chelsea's team. I mean, coming away from that game, just generally, what am I taking away from that game? Chelsea need a new goalkeeper. We need to be better at defending. We need a new centre-back. We've known that for weeks and months now. Giroud is a good striker for Chelsea, scores goals. Once again, scoring a goal again tonight. Christian Pulisic is incredible. I think, all those things we've known about, and those have been the key talking points pretty much since the restart, but I think you could track that, further back than that. I think, there were mistakes probably in hindsight that Frank made tonight. The 3-4-3, unfortunately, has just become, and I think this is the big thing about this formation, that has just become a formation that quite clearly isn't the big fix that I think at times during the season. I think we fooled ourselves at many points during the season, into thinking it was the solution. I went back and tracked those results following a big win with 3-4-3. And mostly they've been defeats. Nearly all of them have been defeats. And once again, it was again tonight a defeat. I don't think the 3-4-3 is, you can pin it all on that tonight. I think certain player performances, you talk about, I think we were run ragged. I think, Antonio Rudiger, there was a point in the game, especially in that second half, where I didn't even think he was on the pitch anymore. Light years away from the way Rudy, a few years ago at the Bridge, in a back three, really dealt with Salah well, but tonight he was absolutely blitzed by him, to be honest. And that was most Chelsea defenders, conceding 5 goals. And a stat that was said by Jamie Carragher during the game, that Chelsea now have only kept 1 clean sheet away from home in the Premier League this season. It's ridiculous. I believe that was the Spurs win back in December, which was a 3-4-3 as well, notably. But I think another big lesson today was the gap in quality between Chelsea and Liverpool. I think many people falling themselves maybe into thinking that Chelsea are good enough now to go and challenge Liverpool for the Premier League next season. I think we do need to reel a bit of that back. If we do make some big signings in defensive areas and get a new keeper and it all clicks very seamlessly for Frank Lampard at the start of next season, maybe, and Liverpool drop their level. But once again, I think similar the way I think Man City, you've seen their form in recent weeks at times, can be really good, and there is still a way to go for Chelsea, and specifically that defence, because in that second half, Chelsea, notably through the incredible work of Christian Pulisic, it shows what is there creatively, attacking-wise, how exciting it is to be a Chelsea fan probably going into next season, watching Christian Pulisic. As painful as watching those 5 goals go in that defeat and us not wrapping up Champions League football tonight, watching Christian Pulisic is an absolute joy. Scoring that goal, against the best defence in this league, the best team in this country at the moment, Christian Pulisic made them look like schoolboys, and he scored 2 brilliant goals. He scored 1 goal, set up the first for Tammy Abraham, of course, but really, of course, the first goal, he basically made the goal himself. So Tammy, it was just an easy tap-in, of course, for him. But Christian Pulisic, he just gives you hope at the moment, and he has to be starting on Sunday, no matter what formation Frank picks. I'm not entirely sure. I think once again, N'Golo Kante, praying, fingers crossed, sweating on that. We need Kante back. We desperately need it. We just don't have the mobility in midfield. Once again, Jorginho, against Man United, who naturally sat deeper, being pressed against a team like Liverpool, who are the most intense pressers in this league, he got found out, just the same as Kovacic. I thought Kovacic, of course, was unfortunate with the second goal, which wasn't a free kick, a terrible decision by Andre Mariner. But just generally, I think the third goal was just a shambles, once again, at a corner. But once again, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I think there'll be a lot of people tonight who will, look at certain things and replay certain things that happen in the game. And to me, I've been watching this for the past, it's not even 9 months, it's over, 9 months now, this season. And I think to just tread up old things, it's not a discovery that our goalkeeping needs to improve. Chelsea need to go out and find probably a new goalkeeper this summer, a new centre-back or something to improve that area of the pitch. More mobility in midfield. Hopefully that's Kante being fit again next season, and Frank finding out what the best formation is as well, and really nailing that down as well. Christian Pulisic is the biggest positive once again. I also think Callum Hudson-ODOI, who made a big mistake on Sunday, was brilliant. I think when he came off the bench, I think he looked really bright. Of course, set up the second goal for Christian Pulisic. So I think that was a decent night for Callum Hudson-ODOI, whilst a player like Willian, I think, really underperformed. I don't know if it's fitness or, playing so many games for Chelsea since the restart. You look at Christian Pulisic, didn't play on Sunday, got a full rest, and then came off the bench with, 65 minutes gone. So Of course, I think that there is that problem with Willian, and it's not long till that Wolves game now. So Frank's got to make a judgment on that. I also think he has to make a big judgment call on who he puts in goal on Sunday. I still get comments saying, why do you back Kepa? I've resigned myself to the belief now that Kepa just simply isn't good enough. And whether, there is maybe a goalkeeper later down in his career, Chelsea can't keep persisting with Kepa at this point. I think the confidence is so low. I think he's made so many mistakes at this point. I think the stats are so galling. Kepa has what I saw, I think it was Duncan Alexander tweeted, 8% of Chelsea's Premier League goals have been conceded by Kepa. Stats like that, it's a bit like the Carrier situation at Liverpool. I think it's past the point of no return now. And, of course you can make the caveats. I could make the excuses that, not giving the ball away to Keita. It was a brilliant finish, but at some point, I think just generally for the composure and nature of that defence, you watch it on Sunday, you watch it today. Yes, of course, Liverpool are significantly better than Manchester United, but still, I would like to see Willy Caballero reinstated for the final two games, Wolves and Arsenal, in my personal opinion. I think, just all the goals we conceded, especially the last one, Jorginho, you've got to take out your man there. You have to commit a foul. You have to take that yellow card, and you have to set Chelsea back, so we can get into defence again and potentially defend a set piece horribly, but at least give us that chance. The game's over at that point. It's dead. I think I do need to give credit to the team for, persisting and going at Liverpool and trying to get back in the game. That was mostly down to inspiration from Christian Pulisic. Once again, that man just completely changes the complexion for Chelsea. And I just want to ask you guys, do you think Christian Pulisic is Chelsea's player of the season? I know we've talked about Kovacic a lot, but I think what Pulisic has offered, and he could still offer, of course, a lot in these final two games, if he has an amazing game on Sunday, gets us Champions League qualification, and then has another amazing performance against Arsenal, I think there's really no debate at this point. I think he's doing so much to improve Chelsea, to add that magic that we've lacked a lot this season. I think he can obviously hold his head up high after this performance, and I'm pretty sure, guaranteed, he will be starting on Sunday. Those are my thoughts. Unfortunately, that Man United result earlier, which really set us up quite well for this game, I think looks better and better, considering Chelsea only need 1 point now. They need to avoid defeat on Sunday against Wolves. Wolves are a difficult side. The intensity needs to be there. I do believe Chelsea have a good record of bouncing back from defeats this season, but it's Chelsea's biggest game of the season on Sunday, as Frank said. I think changes need to be made. We'll talk about the formation in my team selector going into that game on Sunday, but those are my thoughts. Please let me know yours. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter @SonOfChelsea, and I'll see you again.